guys. Hope you guys are doing well. My name is Quan. If you don't already know me, I do go by Quanliquidity as far as trading purposes. Kind of wanted to hop on YouTube just to give a little bit more in depth of what I know, so you guys can learn on your own and follow along with me. And then sooner or later, I'll be able to teach you guys everything I know as time goes on. So definitely just wanted to start my channel at least showing you current price action. So today was CPI. So I definitely just wanted to show you what that morning session looked like. So let's get right to it. So to get straight into it, definitely just wanted to show you, like I said, what this morning's price action looked like. And there's something to note. So when it comes to CPI, it is very volatile and there's a lot of volatility in the market. So all that volatility is just a lot of movement. So as a trader, you need to be very careful when it comes to trading during volatile times like CPI. And it definitely showed why today. So I definitely just wanted to note that before we even get started. So coming into the day, I wake up about 7:30 and start looking at the charts. So this is basically when I woke up, and there's a few key levels to note before we get started. So this red line here, this higher red line, is the daily level. So I really don't want to break too much down just yet of all the daily levels and all the things. But really the biggest thing I want to note is that these daily levels act as a magnet. They're very, very strong levels. So 9 times out of 10, price is going to go there, especially if they're very close. So that's something to note. And so outside of that level, we have the highs of the range, which are here, and the lows. We got some sell side here, and then we also have a big imbalance here. So it's very important to know all of these levels going into the day. So I guess we'll go down to, let's just say a 15, just to reinforce what these levels look like. So as you can see, equal lows going to get taken out, equal highs going to get taken out as well. So as you can see already from this, CPI should be very interesting. And another key thing I almost forgot. I don't want to break it down too much. I do get a lot of my ideologies and just trade methods from ICT. So a lot of things I've gotten from him and reinforced it into my own trading plan. So definitely just wanted to note that. And this is something that I did get from him, but it was used a lot today. So this right here is the new day opening gap. So as you can see, 445, the close of 445 was here. And then the open at 6 was here. So drag that across your charts once again. So, I mean, it's a little off, but we'll take it. It's a little off. That damn magnet, bro. There we go. So as you can see, so this is a new day opening gap. So the close was here. The close was, you guys aren't gonna be able to see it, but it's 410.75. And here it is 407. What is it? Yeah, about 407.50. So the separation between the two creates the new day opening gap. So basically when the previous day closes and the current or new day opens, and hence the name new day opening gap. Like I said, I don't want to break it down too much. ICT has a lot of videos on this, but I definitely just wanted you guys to know that this was very, very important today. Okay, so this is what the 15-minute looks like. As you can see, we got the clean lows, and then we got a lot of imbalance right here. Very important to note. And then we have all our levels marked up. And then we go down to the 5, looking very similar as well. I guess we can go straight to CPI news release. So it released at 8:30. As you can see, it's leaving a lot of buy side, so much buy side. And then we get the drop. Okay, cool. So we get all that sell side taken out early. We're in the imbalance now, which was that lower level, like I said. So from here, this is where it gets very, very important. Like I said, and something that I definitely want you guys to know and to back test for yourself. CPI does a few things, literally only a few things. It's either going to continue going. So the last CPI, when I said it would really went, was like last year. It got really extended. So there's only two ways it's going to go. It's either going to do that, So let's just say if it's dropping, it's going to continue to drop for the rest of the day. Or if we revisit just even a little bit, most of the time, the imbalance that it made between like 8:30 and like 8:35, usually around that time, more times than not is going to fill up whatever it dropped. 9 times out of 10. Like I said, don't take my word for it. Please go back, test this for yourself. It does that most of the time. So as you can see here, we already have a lot of buy side. So as you can see how being bullish can be a case. So we have a lot of buy side here, a lot of clean highs. Price does not like to leave that. It's going to want to take those out. And then with that, we took out sell side first. So if you already have the idea of CPI returning back into the range, then you know it's going for buy side, unless it's literally going to tank the rest of the day. And honestly, when I saw this live and I saw how it was moving, and I'm like, yeah, it's not going to keep continuing. It didn't look heavy enough, so that was already out of the window for me. And then just with everything else, like I was saying, all the buy side, the daily levels, and all this stuff here, it was definitely looking like more of a bullish case scenario. But you had to be very nimble. So back to this, I'm sorry. But as you can see, we get the sell side taken out. We're in the imbalances now. And at this point, I do a lot of my work on the 1 minute. I do have like the 15 and hourly up just to make sure I'm, following higher time frame order flow. But at this point, it's time to start looking for entries as we get closer to 9:30. So usually when it comes to news events like this, I like to wait until the 9:30 open, because after the news releases comes out between 8:30 and 9:30 for that whole hour, more times than not, it's just going to chop up, and you don't want to really get caught in that. Just putting your mental capital before the open. Don't do that. So as you can see here, we get below this imbalance, and then, like I said, we just start chopping around. I mean, we're starting to create the range now. And as you can see, that gray box that we said, that new day opening gap, is already being used. Look to the tick. And as you can see here, I'm just going to fast forward it. This is, I was sitting through all this, like just waiting, because I knew it wanted to be bullish, but it just wasn't time yet. And any ICT fans know time is a very big factor. Price is always there, but if it's not time, it's not even going to matter. So as you can see here, we just waiting, boom. So we're right at the 9:30 open here. Okay, so this is what the 9:30 open look like. So when we come into 9:30, let's just say this candle was deleted. We have sell side here and we have buy side here. Okay, so as you can see, we take out the buy side first. And then this is really when it starts to get treacherous. And this is when I knew you have to be very, very careful. So we get the sell side here, and then we take it. We get the buy side here, and then we get the sell side here. So after that, you would think, oh, okay, well, it's probably coming here. It literally just chopped around. It did not want to take this low out. So another important factor would help me, I guess, keep the bias of bullish, was the other two of indices. That's what I'm trying to say. The other two indices. So if I do have them up, okay, I do. So as you can see, this is ES. You can't really see it. I'm sorry, I probably cut it out. So this one right here is ES, and this bottom one right here is US 30. As you can see, US 30 is fucking gone. US 30 is gone. ES gone. But why is Nas staying higher? So we got ES gone. We got 30 gone. But Nas, for some reason, is just not trying to go lower. Why is that? This is what we call, hold on, let me take this shit off the magnet. This is what we call an SMT. So if you know ICT, like if you follow ICT, you know what SMT is. Short for, I don't think he has the T figured out, but it's short for like smart money tool, smart money technique, whatever. Long story short, all that SMT is the other two pairs, as you can see, are making a lower low, but Nas is failing to make a lower low. Why is that? It's the stronger pair at the moment. So this is the pair that we will buy in a bullish situation. And it's even giving us more insight of us being bullish with all the clean highs we have up here and all the stuff that I was showing you guys earlier. So that kind of helps the case of it being bullish. So this is when I was like, okay, we really might be bullish. So SMT, remember that SMT. I'll break all these things down if you don't want to go to ICT stuff. I'll also leave the links to those as well. But in this case, SMT was very, very important today. So as you can see here, we got the SMT. And then, so I was starting to look for entries here. I couldn't really find one that matched my entry model. There's a lot of different entry models you can take. But I just like to look for fair value gaps. If you guys are watching this, I hope you know what a fair value gap is. If not, let me know. I'll be able to break it down for you in a further video. So I was looking for that, but we didn't really get one in this area. And when you're trying to buy, you want to buy low so you can sell high. And that just wasn't happening. Just, I guess, just for it being CPI and just how much manual intervention it was. Like there was something else in the marketplace today for sure. I can tell. But okay, so as we go on, we're not getting anything for real, and then it starts to break out. So once it got back above this, I knew, okay, we're starting to look for these highs. These highs are about to get gone, and right above these highs are the daily level, like I was talking about. So we need to start hunting for longs. Obviously, we couldn't get the best entry down here. I mean, you could have took the stopper and things like that, but like I said, live price action is just looking real cruddy. So once it started to break out, it's like, okay, now I know where it's going. And sometimes you might not get an entry, and that's just the name of the game, man. So as you can see here, we started to break out. And then this small gap right here, this is an entry for here. Me personally, honestly, I didn't want to take that. I felt like it was already too high. Maybe I was being a little picky, but it was definitely an entry here. As you can see, a very, very small fill of the gap, just a little bit. This is what we call an entry drill. So it got in there very quickly and then took off. And then you get the order block here. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know about that, like supply and demand and things like that. But so this is another entry here. And at this point, we're trying to take out all this buy side right here. So as you can see here, buy side snagged. Okay, so let's go back up to the 5 minute because this is where I started to get busy. And unfortunately, I took a loss today, but it still went to where I wanted to go. So I'll take that. It was very, very choppy conditions as I'm about to show y'all. And also to show y'all why to be very, very careful when it comes to CPI. If you don't have experience with this, I would say stay away from it. I do have a little bit more experience, so I was able to like adjust, but it didn't work out. My stop was a little too high, and sometimes it'd be like that. And that's just something you got to live with in this game. You can't avoid the losses. Okay, so this is where I started to get active. So, okay, as you can see, it stopped right before that daily level. One thing to note about these charts and just, trading in general, when it comes to stopping right before key levels, price, one is not going to do that. Two, if it is going to do that, it's very important to start looking for something lower in this case to help you go ahead and trade back up to it. So for me, what I was looking at is called a breaker. It's very similar to, I feel like, to like support term resistance and things like that. I don't know why that should disconnect it. 1 second, sorry guys. But yeah, so it's very similar to like support resistance. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, that we broke the what is it? I don't use support resistance, bro. Whatever the hell this shit's called, but As you can see here, this is called a breaker. So all that it is it made a lower low, and then we trade back above it. So just like support resistance ideas, you will want it to trade back to this so we can go higher. It's basically the same concept. So this is what I was looking for. So we get the trade to it. So I got in about like right here. I'll show you guys in the 1 minute in a second. I got in about right here. So I was active. At that point, I'm in the trade thinking we're going to go back up here. And we also have a 5 minute fair value gap to hold us up as well. So I took another entry down in here. It was definitely a little heavy. Just even the way, let me show you guys in 1 minute. So it stopped right before it. I got in about here. I got another entry right here, which is this 5 minute gap. And now we're playing the waiting game. So my stop was about right here under this. Let me move this. This is the new day opening gap. So my stop was about right here. And I thought I was good, man. Like, especially like I always say, stopping before key levels. That's one of the best things I like to look for. Stopping right before key levels, it's gonna go back. But the market definitely wanted to, fry my ass today and goddamn put me through the ringer. It'd be like that sometimes. It's whatever. But so these are my two entries. I got one here. I got one here for the long or the buy. And now we're playing the waiting game. So it started to look good. We came back into the breaker. We were looking good, man. We were looking good. So at this point, I was up, I would say about 0.8%, 0.8%. I'm like, okay, as this, mind you, this is live. So as it's going up, I'm like, okay, cool. So we're probably going ahead and hit my TP now. I don't set like limit orders or just like TPs. I like to do it manually, like manually close it. So I'm just waiting for the push through, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and manually close it. So you see it got above it just a little bit, hit our level just a little bit, and then the next candle opened, tanked. I said, oh my God. These niggas right here are about to fry me. They're probably coming for my stop next. There's manual intervention in the markets. They're creating double tops, and that's some retail bullshit. And I'm like, damn, they're probably coming for me next. Mind you, my stop was about right here. I'm like, damn, they're probably coming for me next. So as we continue to go down, my stop was like right here. So as you can see, we stopped right before my stop. Thank God slippers didn't get me at this time, but we start to trade back above the new day opening gap. So at this point, I'm thinking the new day opening gap is going to hold. We should be good. And then, you know what I'm saying? It even looked good here. I'm like, okay, we started using this. Cool. Then, boom, got my ass out the way. I said, yeah, they're on demon timing today. For sure. They're on demon timing. So you need to be very careful in the markets today. From here, once I seen this, I'm like, oh yeah, they're on demon timing today. They're gonna leave clean highs and then come back and stop me out. They're gonna stop a young nigga out. I said, damn. Well, I'm probably gonna be done for the day. I don't want to keep risking in CPI. But yeah, I mean, we just gotta take that loss. It wasn't even a crazy loss. It was like a 1.5%, 1.5%. So it's cool. But damn. But then I'm like, okay, so I started going down in time frame. I mean, going back up in time frame and seeing what it really want to do. So I went to the 5 minute. So we're starting to close below this gap. So I'm like, we still have this gap here. And then if we get through here, we're going to the lows. So boom, we get in there. I said, damn. So they stopped me out to take it right back up. This, my friends, is what you call search and destroy. You need to be very, very careful in these conditions. They're making clean highs, they're making clean lows, they're taking one side, coming back, taking the other side, coming back. Like, this is what you call volatile markets. This is what you call manual intervention. This is what you call be careful. So after I got stopped out here, we get this back in here. At this point, I'm like, damn, I know it's going for the highs still. But I don't, fresh out of a trade, I really didn't want to just jump right back into it. So I'd rather just let it see, rather just let it see, basically let it play out. That's what I'm trying to say. Let it play out. And just know that I'm right and just move on to the next day. So I'm just sitting here watching this, sitting here watching it. You see it like just chopping around, literally just chopping around, respecting this new day opening gap. That's why I said this is a very important level. As you can see, it's just back and forth in it. It's using it. Body's closing inside of it. Once I seen the body closing inside of it, I'm like, it's probably going to start making its way up into here. So as you can see, okay, we took the highs. Boom. Boom. That's all I wanted, bro. Why the markets wasn't fucking with a young nigga today, I don't know. I don't know what I did. Maybe I was just too on game. Maybe I knew what was going on. Even here, even once it didn't, fill me on the TP or didn't get up there so I can really close, I still held through all this because I knew the market, like I said, is not going to leave clean highs like this, bro. It's not. I know it's not. And for it to do that bullshit, come back, stop me out, and then go, I said, yep, this is where we call it a day, man. And as a trader, you got to know when to call it a day sometimes and just take the L and move on. This is literally just a fraction of your trading career. Not even a fraction, a micro fraction of your entire trading career. I've only been trading for maybe like fully, probably like almost 2 full years, maybe even a year and a half. So for me to just be going through these growing pains right now, it's cool. And for the market to fuck with me like this right now, it's cool. But I'm still on your ass because I knew what was going on. And that's really the biggest thing I wanted to show you guys, man, is just how important it is to stay nimble and stay on top of your game during days like CPI, because this shit will fuck you up. And I'm keeping it a band. As you can see, it fucked me up. I was good. I was up. As it was coming up here, I'm like, yep, feet kicked back. I'm good. You feel me? I'm good. As soon as it came back that far, I said, these niggas, they're about to fuck me up. They're about to fuck me up. And then when it fingered my damn stop like this right here, I was like, oh yeah. I thought I was good. Then it said, nope, boom, let's get Quan out right quick, and then let's go. Obviously, I was a little tight in the moment, but it's just like, it is what it is, bro. I know I was good. So, as you can see here, man, really the biggest thing I wanted to show y'all, CPI news release lower. We started trading back up. So once you get that indication, okay, we might start to want to fill this back in. So let's just wait for the open. Open comes, we get a little choppiness, bullshit, but we create that SMT. Like I said, ES and US 30 are not trying to go lower. This is a good indication that we would want to go higher. So we get the run up, my entry's here, your boy gets stopped out here, and then we take out the daily level cleanly after that. So, I mean, that's really it, man. Like I said, this is the life of a trader. This is what you have to deal with. And it's up to you to either keep going or to let shit like this mess with you. And you know me, I'm not a quitter. I'm gonna keep going. Days like this happen. This is literally, like I said, just a fraction of my career, so it's really not that big of a deal. But yeah, I know it's a little long. Definitely just wanted to show you guys the CPI morning and how crazy it was. And I hope you guys liked it. I'll probably do one of these maybe like once a week. Seeing some traction on it, then I'll just, continue to add from there. But definitely at least just wanted to show y'all that. Appreciate y'all for listening. Any questions, just hit me in my DM. I'll put my IG right here if you have any questions, or you could just ask in the comments. So I'm new to this YouTube thing. Let's see how I go. And yeah. Appreciate you guys. CPI October 2023, and let's keep going.